Hey, a lot of people, I guess, don't seem to understand why people aren't vaccinating, and so I just thought I'd record a video to help enlighten you, if that's something you don't understand, um, or if you think there's some kind of malicious intent or some kind of purely selfish intent. Um, I'm confident that I can help enlighten you in this video. So, and this was brought on, well, I sometimes display a sign on my car that asks why am I not vaccinated, find out, at my website. So I'd like to have a video to link to for anyone who comes to my website via that means. But also, this Kyrie Irving thing, basketball player who's unvaccinated. I heard some sportscaster yesterday going on about, oh, he shows he only cares about himself and he doesn't care about other people. And it's like, that's incorrect. So let me enlighten you. It's a team. She's like, oh, he's putting himself before the team. Well, the team is putting a useless and potentially and likely dangerous vaccine mandate above its own success if they're not allowing him to play. So the team sabotaged itself and has no one to blame but itself for whatever losses it had during that time or lost revenue because one of its best players wasn't playing. So that's the team's responsibility. Because there's no reason that there should be a mandate. There's no reason to trust any statistics produced by a government that has mass murdered people for decades, for centuries, enslaved people, violated the most basic fucking human rights that exist. Falsified, you want to just start corruption, pick a fucking year, and let's make a 12-part fucking series on the corruption that occurred that year. So I don't trust the government. So that's another thing. Every individual who makes the decision not to vaccinate has reasons that are unique to that individual. So my reasons might not be Kyrie Irving's reasons. So if you want to understand those reasons for a particular individual, you're going to have to actually start listening to the words that that individual has told you, and not just dismissing them and not assuming some kind of malicious intent. It's up to you to do that. It's going to require an entirely new approach to conversation and discourse in which you're attempting to understand and be compassionate towards the perspective of other people rather than trying to discount them as a human being or the words they're saying. So that's going to be probably a spiritual journey you're going to need to go on. Because if you start doing that and you start acknowledging the pain and the suffering that you have caused through your cruelty, you're going to have amends to make, kid. You're going to have a massive inventory of damages done that you're going to need to do, and you're going to need to put out to the world and confess. And you're going to need to do everything in your power to make those things right if you want to satisfy your own conscience. My guess is you're not ready for that kind of a spiritual journey. My guess is You're just going to try to dehumanize me and discount what I'm saying, just like you do with Kyrie and every other person who doesn't comply with your orders. Your wishes. Because we don't have any reason to. Because we don't trust. Again, I'm saying we. Let me use I. I don't trust doctors who have to toe the line of the mainstream narrative to keep their licensing, their reputation, their credibility, their friends, their funding, etc., to give me honest information. I don't trust anybody who feels it necessary to silence or dismiss viewpoints that they don't agree with. Those are the viewpoints people need to be listening to try to understand. All I hear when I listen to the other side is hatred. All I hear is you want us to suffer. But you're stupid and you don't understand economics. And because you don't understand economics, you don't understand that that government that you're relying on to commit your violent action on your behalf is going to lose all of its fucking power. Because all of its fucking power is based on the power of the US dollar, and that currency is going to collapse entirely. It's going to become entirely worthless, because all it is printed fucking paper that people abroad have been stupid enough to exchange for real goods. That party's going to come to an end, and when that party comes to an end, there will be absolutely nothing standing between you and the people that you have enraged and treated with complete fucking cruelty and contempt, hiding behind your government fucking skirt. And that's just economic reality. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's not a threat. You don't have to worry about me. I'm just a dude who sits here, I'm an accountant, I play by the rules. I just document the fucking collapse and I present a solution if people in this world ever become interested. And it's become apparent to me that at this time people simply are not. People simply want to cling on to this failing and collapsing structure, and they're seemingly determined to be a part of what is destroyed, so that this new world can be created. And this new world will be created. Wheels are in motion and things are happening. And this engine is starting up. The engine is going to be something new and different. And it's going to be awesome for those of us who are a part of it and not simply a relic of a dying civilization.